Hey everyone, Meet Kevin here. Holy moly, a Dogecoin literally just went to the moon and now it's retracing a little bit, but wow, a cryptocurrency that began as a joke is literally exploding. Now, a lot often when it comes to Dogecoin has to do with Elon Musk tweeting. What's different this time is, sure, Elon Musk tweeted again, but this time it has really caught a lot of attention in absence of a lot of attention elsewhere. And this is really important to know when it comes to Dogecoin. So Elon Musk has very frequently tweeted about Dogecoin. And the last time Dogecoin was at the top of Google search trends, it was when the GME euphoria was going on. So remember this, anytime there is euphoria, or also a more nice way to put it, a lot of momentum around a stock or a security, or in this case Dogecoin, you tend to go in a very clear cycle. You go up, you go up, you go up, and you come down really, really, really fast. And so there is a potential blessing and a potential warning in this video, and that is, generally I say this about any kind of massive momentum move or euphoria that we see in stocks or coins or whatever. You have two choices. One is you're in it forever. You own it. You're a hodler. You don't care about the price fluctuation. Temporary price fluctuations are entertainment for you, but you're not looking to try to trade in, trade out, buy, sell. Fine. You're a hodler. On the other hand, there are, and then of course in the middle we have traders, people who are trying to take advantage of price fluctuations, which that's fine. They're traders in the middle. So you've got the hodlers who don't care. That's fine. You want to hodl this thing forever, hodl it forever. Maybe one day we'll get to that dollar Dogecoin, right? You want to trade it. Hey, great. There's plenty of volatility. You can trade this all day long, right? If you are somebody who has gotten into Dogecoin and you now have life-changing amounts of money in your account, I always highly, highly encourage people to take a moment and think to themselves, do pause. Like right now, just pause wherever you are and whatever amount of money you have in your accounts and whatever the charts are doing, whatever, forget about it all. And ask yourself, do I have life-changing amounts of money in Dogecoin now? If I do, would my life change back if I lost it all? In other words, if Dogecoin goes back to 0.05, will you lose all of those gains that you had? And would that mean taking away what otherwise would be life-changing? In scenarios like that, if you have all of a sudden life-changing amounts of money and you are on a euphoric trend, I highly encourage asking yourself, does it make sense to take a little bit? I'm not saying paper hand, you don't have to tell anyone, okay? Just you have to be a little selfish about yourself. You have to ask yourself, is this going to ruin my life if I lose all this money? In that case, take some money, okay? Pay off your debts, pay off your credit cards, pay off your student loans, pay off your cars, pay off your house, go buy a house, like diversify a little bit, okay? That's all I would say. It's like keep investing, but pay off some debts and diversify a little bit if you're in that life-changing amounts of money. If you are the hodl or you're trading, keep doing your thing. You got the volatility to trade. Your hodlers are freaking killing it right now, and it's amazing. But I want to go back to why is Dogecoin having this absolutely incredible run, and can it continue? So let's go into that. So I want to start with kind of like the three different people who are involved or maybe involved in Dogecoin and my ideas in terms of what to do. Again, if you're a hodler, keep hodling. If you're a trader, keep trading. If you got life-changing amounts of money, maybe at least take some of that money and start paying off some debts, okay? like leave some money in it, okay? But at least like start changing your life. Like officiate that change. Keep in mind, you're gonna have to pay taxes too, okay? So probably take like 50% of that away and set it up for taxes. Okay, so now let's talk about how long can this keep going? Can this rally sustain itself? Now, some people are gonna call it insanity. Other people are going to call it a rally. I'm going to go with rally because I think the market works the way a market works. It goes up and it goes down. That's the way it works. So can the rally continue? So here's what's really interesting about Dogecoin right now. Right now, there's really nothing going on in I would say the retail community other than crypto. Here's what I mean by that. Derogatorily, I think, called meme stocks are all selling off. GameStop selling off. It had a brief run after the Kevin O'Leary comments, but it's sold off the last few days. Zom selling off. SOS selling off. You've got Sundial selling off. I mean, we just go through the list, okay? BNGO selling off. Nano Dimension selling off. Microvision selling off. Anything that's a SPAC is selling off. Yeah, you had a little bit of green today on AMC, but that's because of really positive and ambitious comments on the AMC CEO talking about how he's got his money in and he's really excited about that. Coinbase didn't do well. So all of a sudden, you have what I believe is a void of investment excitement. And in a void of investment excitement, you actually set up the perfect primer to have one thing become the beacon of a rally. And right now, I believe that is Dogecoin. Now, currently, Google search trends are nowhere near as high for Dogecoin as they were around January 28th. But why did Dogecoin not rally as much when January 28th came around? We'll pull up the Google search trends too. We'll pull up Elon Musk's tweets. Why did Dogecoin not rally as much around January 28th, which was my birthday, by the way? Well, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion is the reason Dogecoin did not rally as much let me pull up last 90 days here. There we go. Yeah, I mean, we're dropping the bucket. I mean, look at this. Look at the search trends, man. And maybe it just hasn't updated yet. I mean, maybe we're gonna get the bump over here now that Dogecoin is trending on Twitter. Usually, by the way, when you go trending on Twitter for a few days in a row, that's when you kind of start getting again to peak media, I called it. But anyway, why did Dogecoin not go euphoric back in January? And keep in mind, there were days it did go up dramatically. In fact, I put $25,000 into Dogecoin and sold it when I hit $75,000 because I'm like, holy smokes, that was the best day trade I've done in a very, very long time. I will take that. So anyway, but why did it not break out? Why did it not go to a dime, right? Why did it not break out to a quarter where it is now at 25 cents? And why did it just recently jump to as high as over almost a third of a dollar? I mean, look at this. This is all today, by the way, okay? This is at 10:37-ish, 10:35-ish. We were somewhere around 33 cents for Dogecoin. Now, we've been selling off. We're in a downward trajectory here. We're starting to get some indicators that maybe we might be going into a downward trend. But why did this not happen back in January? And this is where I like to bring that point home, which is what was happening in January, GameStop and AMC. That's where euphoria was. Euphoria was at GameStop and AMC. It's very, very, very difficult, in my opinion, when you have a winner like GameStop to realistically create lasting gains or even temporary gains at many other momentum stocks, because people are generally focused on number one. Maybe they're looking at number two. If you're 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the list and in the momentum movement, usually not where you want to be. Sure, there can be gains to be had, great for traders to get in, get out. But keep in mind, right now, everything's sucking. Like the momentum market, sucking. I had comments on my last YouTube video because because I said, like, how long is this madness going to last? Essentially, this crash that we're seeing in momentum stocks and high PE stocks. How long is that going to last? Where we have index funds hitting all-time highs, S&P all-time highs, Dow Jones hitting all-time highs, and momentum stocks basically hitting lows. How long is that going to last? And watch that video. I have a whole thesis for how long that's going to watch. Or how long that's going to last. But there's some folks in there like, Kevin, what are you talking about? There's a crash. I don't see it at all. And it's like, okay, well, good for you. You're not invested in momentum stocks or high PE stocks. Right now, and that's a sign of potentially a lot of what I believe is low attention on high PE stocks, whether that's price to earnings ratio stocks, right? So high PE stocks, that's a lot of companies that are SPACs with low earnings, or worse, no earnings, or companies pricing in a lot of potential for 24, 25, worse, 2030, right? There is virtually no attention in that space right now. And these stocks every day, I mean, we get a few days of happiness, but otherwise it's just day after day after day. It's pain, 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 pain in the OG momentum stocks. And I think that's one of the reasons we have a little bit of a beacon on Dogecoin right now. Now, again, I want to reiterate, especially for some of those of you who just joined, want to reiterate that if you are in a situation where you've created life-changing amounts of money, you got to ask yourself, what are you when it comes to Dogecoin? Are you somebody who bought in and you've made lots of money? but you're not a day trader and you're not a hodler. You got to categorize yourself. Are you in this forever? Like, do you see yourself holding Dogecoin no matter what for the next 10 years? Ask yourself, if you're 18 years old right now, are you going to have Dogecoin when you're 28? If you're 38 right now, are you going to have Dogecoin when you're 48? And compare your reaction to that to like Tesla. Let's say if you own Tesla, just an example. Like if somebody's like, Kevin, are you going to own Tesla in 10 years? I'm like, yeah, like I don't see a day when I don't own it. And so for me, that makes me a hodler, right? So fine, if that's you, then you're a hodler. If you're like, hey, Kevin, man, I'm just in this to make a quick buck, cool, trade it. If you want to trade, if you're a trader and you're in it to make a quick buck, trade it. If you got in this and you've made a crap ton of money, especially in just the last 24 to 36 hours, which is really, really incredible. I mean, look at the run here just in the last 24 to 36 hours here. Let's go to, oh, we can't go to day. Let's go to, I don't know, we'll go to 5 minute here. Let's zoom out a little bit on the 5 minute here. But anyway, if you made life-changing amounts of money in the last 24 to 36 hours, you really got to ask yourself, is this a good time to say, hey, maybe I take a little bit and I start paying off some things that are holding me back in life? What's holding you back in life? You got to ask yourself that. Is it debts? Is it no money to invest in that business you want to start? I went through a lot of people on Twitter commenting about, hey, you know what? I am selling my Doge and I'm buying a Model S Plaid. And I think I'm like, the first thing I think is, oh my gosh, like, look, if you've got all your debts paid, you got a business and you got a career and you've got the education, fine. Go YOLO on the Model S Plaid. But please, if you make life-changing amounts of money, please invest it. Invest it in your future. Pay off your debt, pay off your house, get educated, create a business, compound your wealth. Don't give it all away. The thing that's happening right now is people are, I think, getting excited because Elon Musk is probably one of the reasons that we're seeing, possibly one of the only reasons that right now, I shouldn't say one of the only reasons. I don't want to insult Dogecoin at all. Yeah, but Elon Musk, certainly, I mean, 22 hours ago, Doge barking at the moon, okay? He did this, and I'm not saying he calculated this. I don't know what's on his mind. And it also doesn't help that, by the way, Robinhood had a cryptocurrency outage. Freaking Robinhood. But anyway, this tweet happened in a void. Think about it, a media void. And that's what matters right now, is when you are in a media void, you have a massive opportunity to create attention around a currency or a security, especially something that can easily move or be momentum driven. And historically, there is no momentum movement that stays at all-time highs. Now you have to ask yourself, like, okay, but what are all-time highs? That's the difficult thing to know. I mean, nobody knows that with certainty. I mean, go back to GameStop here. So when we zoom out to the day chart for GameStop, look, sure, we had this insane run up here to almost $500 a share, $483 a share for GameStop. And then we had a very abrupt sell-off. This is the historic pattern of momentum stocks. They go up, they come back down. Now we're kind of consolidating at GameStop. We're consolidating around 160, which honestly, for a stock that was $4, $15, $20, $40 for a period of time, this is absolutely game-changing for GameStop, right? Yeah, but I would argue GameStop is at the top of the momentum list. Look at another one. Here's Sundial, right? Sundial goes from 30 cents, 50 cents to $3.90 in a day, in intraday here on this particular day. Now it's back at 88 cents. The life cycle of momentum stocks is very short. So you want to keep that in mind. That doesn't mean that Dogecoin is going to go back to all-time lows. Like, look at GameStop, right? It goes back down. And we don't even know that the run is over. It could keep going. It could go to $1. It could go to $2, whatever, right? It could just keep going. Nobody knows. Generally, if I can make a conclusion about momentum stocks, oftentimes they don't go back to their original lows. Like, look at BNGO over here, right? BNGO was trading for, closing for 50 cents. This was a 50-cent stock for a very long time, 40-cent stock, dollar stock. And I mean, when I'm talking long time, and we're talking about a year here, here it was $3, $4. So it's kind of fallen out of favor, right? Now we've had this momentum movement, and you see this consolidation, not at those ultimate low levels, but somewhere in those mid ranges. So look ahead. Keep in mind when you see this parabolic kind of curve, it's generally followed by periods of consolidation, and it's very, very normal. It's okay. Just be aware of it. So this is why I'm just saying, if you have life-changing amounts of money, it's okay. You don't have to feel like a paper hander to take take life-changing amounts of money. Like, realize that. The last thing I want is somebody going, "Oh my gosh, I never had 500 grand in my life, and I work for $40,000 a year," and they're like, "I got 500 grand." Like, folks, that's life-changing amounts of money. Like, like take 400 of that, okay, and go change your life. Like, realize the change that you could have in your life. That's not saying you're not a supporter. You don't have to completely sell out. But yeah, wow. I mean, when you are on a euphoric ride like this, just be aware of the general trajectory where things go. Now, the problem with Doge right now is we don't know how high it still can go, right? You're going to have fluctuations. Like, let's look at Sundial. Let's go to, when was Sundial peaking? Let's see here. Let's go back to the day chart really quick and just get the date here. Okay, well, Webull is lagging a little bit. So by the way, if you want lag on your brokerage, make sure to go to metkevin.com/Webull, and you too can experience dragging, and you'll get 2 free stocks though. But anyway, so all right, so what do we have over here? This was around February 12th. Let's go to the hour chart. Let's jump to Feb 12, Feb 12. Here we go. So Feb 12. Let's go. So these are the average candles. Hey, on the average candles for the 1 hour mark, you had some pretty consistency here. Let's go to the 30-minute mark on Feb 12. So 30-minute mark, Feb 12, Sundial, just to kind of look at the feeling of a momentum stock while it's happening. So here's where we got $3. This is kind of the run up. You got some pretty consistent run ups. Did have a sell off here. Look at that sell off on the 11th. And when did we hit our all time high? Wasn't it the 12th? Oh, it must have been here. Oh, it was around here. Okay, so that doesn't help us too much. Let's go back. I thought Sundial would be a little bit of a better example, but it wasn't. Oh, sorry, I lost myself there. There we go. What's funny is I don't even have a battery pack in that. The darn thing just overheats. So yeah. Anyway, okay. So we'll just use this camera. So anyway, let's go back to Doge here. So let's go to the chart here on Doge. All right. Well, we're loading the chart on Doge. Okay, fine. So while the computer does computer things, let's go take a peek at this chart. There we go. So here we've got Doge. It's had a little bit of an attempted consolidation, and it's really seeming like it's showing some, and we haven't been here before, right? So these are somewhat untested waters, but it seems like we've hit these support levels before, around 25 cents, 24.3 cents. These seem to be support levels, and we did just hit 25. We certainly hit 25. Let me look on the, okay, Webull's back up. I'm going to go, let's see, 5-minute chart. Yeah, it looks like we bounced off. Here, hold on a sec. We're going to bounce back to this one right here. There we go. This is going to be a little easier for us. So let's draw some lines here. Let's see what we got. We've got, so we hit a brief low in a 5-minute candlestick here of 21, but it really looks like we have a lot more support here around 23. And then recently we bounced off about 25.7, it looks like. Yeah, around here, 25.6, 25.7. So around this range, we do have some recent support, which is nice. And we see this nice bounce off of this here. So it is entirely possible that we get this sort of, certainly if we look in over here, right? You get the up, and you get the down, you get the up, back down to a support, testing a lower support, which over here looked like it was, what, 17, maybe just above 17 cents. If we look at the candlesticks here, this was about 16.8, it's about 17.20. So it's almost like you got a little bit of tolerance there in between, like where that support is. Like you're hitting higher lows is really what you're doing, which is very good. It's very bullish. And that's really what we're seeing here too, which is incredible. Let's look at volume. Can we see volume on Doge? I do not know. I've never looked at for volume on Doge. No, I cannot. Okay, I'm sure there's a way to look at volume on Doge. If there's a, let's just do a quick little Google here. Let's see if we can find volume. There has to be. Dogecoin volume. Let's see. Dogecoin volume. Oh, maybe Coinbase is going to give us volume. Oh, no, here, Coin Market Cap. Oh, Coin Market Cap's going to give it to us. Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right, here we go. Here we go. That's what we want. So Coin Market Cap. Shout out to Coin Market Cap. So let's look at, oh, look at this. They even have a trading view now. How cool is this? Very nice. Very nice. So let's go to our candles here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go to the minute chart. This is kind of like what we've got on Webull. See, and we actually have the volume here, which is very important, in my opinion, when you're trading. So what we could see is when we hit this peak level here, this peak run, we really got a lot of volume here. We got around 136, 150 to 136 million Dogecoins being traded per minute. This is incredible volume. You saw that again right around here, actually on a sell-off. On a sell-off, you had about 125. Here at about 180 on a sell-off also, you had that. But look at this. See, when you get these low volumes here, you actually kind of deflate like a balloon, I like to refer to it as deflating like a balloon when you get this lower volume here. And these were levels. I should zoom out a little bit. Let's see here. I want to see that volume. So when we got these lower volume measures here of under 20 million, we really got to that deflating period, which we kind of saw a little bit of that over here. We were really struggling when we were around that 20 to 50 million in volume. Right now, we're sitting around 46 to 75 million in volume. Good. It's not what we had for the euphoric run here. Yeah, and it's certainly not. Let's see, over here at this run, we started getting this run. We started at 55, though, and ran up to about 100, 110 mil. You definitely see a correlation with Dogecoin running above 75 million, I would say. On average, you want to see volume above 75 million, and then you tend to get the green candlesticks pushing Doge, unless obviously it's in just you have free fall volume. But you've kind of, again, you can't obviously only look at volume. Yeah, but let's zoom in a little bit. Let's get these candlesticks a little bit larger. Let's see what TradingView can give us here on CoinMarketCap. All right, here we go. It's not bad. So we can definitely see the volumes declining a little bit. I would say the average here is probably somewhere around 60 declining. Keep in mind too, people go to bed, but that does also mean sellers go to bed. So I mean, I don't know, maybe people just don't sleep when it comes to Doge, but I'm sure we get some kind of relaxation in evening hours, but who knows? And again, it's been running here in the last Eastern time, Eastern bedtime hours, right? And now Western bedtime hours. But anywho, we're seeing a little bit of a slowdown. Can I draw a trend line on volume? Let's see. I don't know if it'll let me. Yeah, I mean, we're certainly seeing a little bit of a downtrend here in volume. And let's do another here. Let's see. Even if I go from a lower point here, yeah, we're definitely starting to see a slope down in volume here. So, it's not at a bad point. Certainly, we could see, I mean, look, we had the same thing happen over here. It comes in odd spurts. Sometimes it can come in odd spurts because it goes trending on Twitter. Somebody really popular talks about it. And that's key. You see somebody very popular buy in, or that's it, I'm now the Doge master or whatever. You're absolutely likely to see some real pushes on this. Let's see what else we can learn here. What's the market cap of this? Trading volume. Oh my gosh, the trading volume is $32 billion in 24 hours. You see that here on the right. And we've got a market cap of, oh my goodness, $34 billion of market cap on Dogecoin. That is really incredible. Absolutely wow. That's wow. Awesome. Now, some of this also, keep in mind, could have had to do with Coinbase. I believe, I'm not sure about this. Let me see if Coinbase actually listed. Maybe somebody in the comments knows. It's possible that Coinbase was thinking about including Doge as something that could be traded. I'm not sure if they did add it. So let's see. Buy crypto with cash. We'll just do a quick look here. I actually do not see Doge on their list, so I'm surprised. There was a lot of talk about Doge possibly going onto Coinbase. I do not see it on the regular Coinbase. I'll try Coinbase Pro here. So let's see here. Okay. Let's try Coinbase or Doge on Dogecoin on Pro. Nope, no Doge on Coinbase Pro either. Oh well. So yeah, okay. Now I want to reiterate for oh yeah, I can't go to that camera. Darn it, darn camera died. Okay, so for those of us just joining, Doge, in my opinion, is having a meteoric rise. Heavily Doge is, somebody says Doge is allowed on Coinbase. Okay, I haven't seen it yet. Let's see here. Coinbase only has Doge on wallet, not available for purchase on the exchange. Thank you. I appreciate, shout out to R. Ray here. Thank you for that. I used Binance for Doge. Okay, good. All right, folks. So bottom lines here. Can the Doge enthusiasm continue? I think the market is primed for the Doge craze to continue potentially, and that is because of a lack of other momentum stocks right now. I know that sounds potentially basic, but oh yeah, look at this. Bloomberg, Robinhood says its crypto trading facility is suffering a quote major outage. Come on, Robinhood. Oh man. Anyway, so can the Doge run continue? I believe so, and again, that is because almost all of the momentum-driven plays that we're seeing in the market right now are suffering. You've got GameStop. It's certainly not running. In the last few days, it's suffered. It did have an 18% bump there briefly, but it started giving some of that back. We've had a lot of sell-offs in some of the other momentum-driven stocks, whether it's SPACs like QuantumScape or it could even be MP Materials, Plug Power, or just the other momentum stocks like Plug Power, Microvision, some of the younger EV companies, whether it's a CCIV or a NEO or an XPeng. A lot of enthusiasm around those momentum-driven stocks, even Palantir, is very, very low right now. And in such an environment, it's very easy for something else to take the spotlight and break out. At some point, that spotlight goes away. And this is why I say there are three people in Doge, and I won't completely reiterate here because I've said it many times in the video. You got three people in Doge. You've got hodlers, traders, and people who got in with no expectations of anything, now have life-changing amounts of money. And it's for that person number three that I highly encourage. If you have life-changing amounts of money right now, you better ask yourself, what can I pay off? What debts can I pay off? What student loans? What credit cards? What house? What car can I pay off right now? What can I do to take this money, or at least some of it, and put aside money for taxes too, and invest this into life-changing assets, either education, business, or other investments, things that you are willing to hodl for the long term. To me, that is not going out and buying like some of the things I've seen on Twitter, like a purple Model S Plaid. Like, don't blow all of your money. Be a little wise. Even though it's found money, treat it like it's not. Treat it like you're working for 50 grand a year, and if you made 500 grand, you just got you just put in 10 years of worth of work. Treat it like that, and all of a sudden you'll treat it a little bit differently. So now, again, can it keep running in this void of momentum? Sure. Yeah. Google Trends has not even updated the insanity of the trends that we should be seeing. And I'm not saying the run is insanity. I think the run is a rally. Oh, here we go. Okay, so if I go to so I get a little bit more. So it goes to April 3rd. Okay. So here's the thing. Let me correct that on the Google Trends. So the Google trend line for the 90-day has not updated until April 13th, which has really missed the trend. So unfortunately, that does mean we're going to have to go down to 7 days, which means I lose the comparison of January, which is unfortunate because I really want to compare this momentum to January. Is this momentum going to dwarf January's momentum, or is this smaller momentum? I think that's pretty important. But if we go back into the last 7 days here, you are starting to notice a potential downtrend here a little bit around this 8 p.m. hour here on this update here. Although it seems like potentially. Let's see, when did you get a little, no, yeah, it's sort of unpredictable in terms of when the trend, oh, sorry, you can't see it here. It's a little unpredictable in terms of when the trend goes down, but we did see, a spike in the trend. This may have been when it was trending on Twitter the last time, plummets. Went trending on Twitter again today, and is starting to taper. And so, you go trending on Twitter twice, that's awesome. Expecting it to go trending on Twitter again, I don't know. Could it happen? Yeah, because there's not much else going on. Honestly, there's not a lot of news. It's a little bit of in my opinion, a little bit of a boring market. And once you get into a little bit of a boring market and there's no euphoria around a specific stock, you look for that. And that right now is Doge. In all fairness, hats off to Doge. I think it's wonderful. Everything tends to get its turn at some point. Maybe not everything, but lots of things get their turn. That's sort of your at bat. But it does look like, I'm not sure, certainly that those candlesticks are getting a little depressed here, or compressed, I should say. I wonder if that's an indicator that our volume is falling on trading volume. Let's go back to CoinMarketCap here and pull just trading volume here. Trading volume's definitely declining. So it doesn't mean that it can't obviously all of a sudden spike. But what you're going to notice here is it's a very, very clear trend. It's from our highs. We hit our highs with increasing volume. We are consolidating with declining volume. The same thing happened with Coinbase. We saw it happening live. We're like, whoa, the volume is evaporating. This is not good. Sometimes it's good to take a clue on evaporating volume. But again, Doge is unique in the sense that you could get these increasing trend lines quickly. See, you get volume that pumps quickly, declines, pumps, declines, pumps, declines, pumps, declines. And this was sell volume here. But here, this is clearly a mega amount of volume. I don't think we've seen that kind of pack of volume together here in a while. Maybe something else you could do is compare. Can we go to the daily trading volume? I think I can do that. Let's go to day trading, daily trading volume. Wow. So hold on a sec. Where are we? Here we go. Oh, there we go. This is what I want. Okay, good. Oh, look at this. This is a very good comparison. So actually, this is actually relatively low volume, but look at this. So relative to the volume we had on Dogecoin around January 28th, which was around the GME bump, where we did see Doge go up substantially. A good run on Doge at the same time as we had a spotlight on GME, which really took a lot of thunder. Look at the volume over here. We're at 102. We're at 109 billion in volume. This is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So right now, we do not have that same volume, and you do have declining volume right now as well, which is also incredible that the price is moving this much. I think the price action is moving so much with less volume, because here's the other thing, and this is where volume gets a little confused, and this is the downside of volume, is folks, of course there's going to be more volume when the darn thing is trading for 0.008, less than 1 penny. Right? It's selling for 0.8 of 1 penny. Of course, there's going to be a ton more volume. Even when it's selling for 4 pennies, of course, there's going to be a lot more volume than what we're seeing right now. And so that's why you're seeing more price action now. But also keep in mind, we saw a big green bar, a bigger green bar, and then we had a slow decline, some more pops, which kept pushing it up. But you did kind of start seeing that consolidation, and it did consolidate well. It consolidated nicely around that 0.05. The same thing could potentially happen here. If we see this volume decline, which so far it has been, despite the price increasing, which obviously drives volume down as well. Maybe what we'll see is a decline here in volume, a few pops. Maybe Doge ends up consolidating somewhere around, 15 cents or something like that. I don't know that after this kind of media attention we've seen, because anytime you get this media attention, you always embed new hodlers. I shouldn't say always, but generally you embed new hodlers. And when you embed new hodlers, you sustain higher prices, right? So if you embed new hodlers, obviously the traders leave, maybe the people with the life-changing amounts of money leave, but you'll see a higher consolidation. So it wouldn't shock me for Doge to consolidate above a dime, maybe even more. And it depends if it runs again. So can it keep running? Sure, absolutely, especially in this void of media attention. Just be aware we are seeing volume decline, and this is very, very much media focused. Elon Musk's tweet is now 23 hours old. We do still have Dogecoin trending on Twitter right now. Let's give it a quick little refresh. By the way, follow me on Twitter. We just crossed 100,000 followers on Twitter at Real Meat Kevin. Take a look at this. Doge has actually moved up on the trending tab in Twitter, which is great. I don't know if, hold on. Let me go to private browser. I don't know if it's just oh, I can't. Hold on. Twitter trending. Maybe I can back in like this. Search. Give me trending. Oh, good. Okay, so we're a private browser trending. Yeah, see, look at that. It's #1 trending under politics. Yeah, because that makes sense. But anyway, so this is good. This is the definition of peak media. So keep that in mind as well. Usually once you hit peak media and peak media fades, pricing can consolidate in those times. You know, Sundial was trending on Twitter. GameStop, trending on Twitter. And we saw what happened to those in the charts that we pulled up earlier. They consolidated higher, but certainly not at those all-time high levels. So you want to be careful. You want to watch that peak media evaporate. We are, though, in a vacuum of momentum right now, which is really good for Doge. I mean, this is the perfect catalyst for literally Doge to go to the moon, because we are in this bizarro vacuum. Well, thank you for the $20 donation. Do you think that stimulus is going to push the market crash? Who knows? But Doge ETF, let's get back to Sundial. Hey, see, the thing to get back to Sundial, and look, mad respect to the Sundial movement and the people holding it, but look, for you to push back to Sundial, you got to get that media frenzy again. Folks, people pay to try to get media frenzy and media attention. It is very hard to hold on to when you have it. Very, very difficult. GameStop is probably one of the most successful examples of that, and mostly because we were able to paint retail versus suits. That is a huge psychological connection. It's us versus them. You can paint an us versus them. That's awesome. Dogecoin, this is a lot of, right now, we don't have that narrative, right? This is a lot of us. And when it goes down, it's a lot of us selling it, taking some tendies, okay? So we don't have that same lasting media narrative that something like a GameStop does. Again, I believe it'll consolidate higher, but we are seeing we're seeing that maybe we hit peak media tonight. Maybe it'll keep running, but we will have to get more than this peak media we already have to keep it going. Maybe that means more tweets from Elon. Maybe Elon comes out and says Tesla's now investing in Doge. Could you imagine if something like that happened? My goodness, that will renew your media. But then you have to evaluate, okay, what are the odds of something like that happening, right? Anyway, it is super late. It's 8:50 p.m. here in California, which I know is not as late as some of those where you are watching. I appreciate you watching and supporting the channel, by the way. Cheers to Topo Chico. Folks, thank you for tuning in to listen to me blab here about Doge for 37 minutes. Honestly, I think that's really incredible. So I appreciate you. Why is the chat so menacing? Honestly, usually I have the chat in front of me, and I apologize. I haven't really been able to look at the chat because it's all the way over here, and my other camera is dead. See? Yep, totally dead. But anyway, appreciate y'all. So thank you. And we'll see you for the Market Open live stream tomorrow.